So I ran into an issue with ignition coil placement when swapping a F22B2 engine head for the Vtec F22B1 engine head. Where the Vtec solenoid would be on the Vtec head here was where on the non-Vtec head the external ignition coil sat, because the Vtec distributor has the coil in it. Now I wanted to keep the external ignition coil, so I had to relocate it. I thought I was going to have to make an extension wiring harness to go from the factory wiring harness to extend it to wherever I put the coil. Actually wasn't the case. There was no extra parts needed to do this. So if you locate the transmission mount over here and follow it back, if you follow the frame back, there's two threaded holes that were able to be bolted to. So I actually took the coil with the bracket on it and mounted it to that. To get the wiring to reach, all I had to do was cut the harness wrap back enough to be able to pull the harness out to hook it directly to it. It's the emissions canister. It's like right over here. There's a couple of threaded bolts. There's one like right here, and then there's one down here. I just took a bolt, threaded it in there. I put the coil over and then bolted it on. So, and it's solid. Even just with one bolt, it doesn't move. And then here's the harness. Comes over. It used to come up here. I just cut the wrapping off, and then it was able to come right over here and hook in. And now that's where that lives. For my coil wire, of course, obviously you have to make a coil wire to go here. This was very easy. I picked up some used wires some time ago, and I took the ends where they had the distributor cap ends, because that's the same end that they use on the ignition coil. I just made a wire with both of those sides on it. Now to do that's quite simple. You can buy the $25 tool to strip the ends and then crimp on the terminals. You can do the same thing yourself using a stripper to hold it in place and a pocket knife to cut it to size. I'll do another video showing how to make custom spark plug wires or coil wires, but this is the general gist of getting this set up to where you can still run it. No extra parts. You just unwrap the harness, plug it in, bolt it in a pre-existing hole that's already threaded, or run a longer cable, and you're good to go. So that's how to relocate an external ignition coil for when you do a F22B1 Vtec head swap in a 1994 to 1997 Honda Accord.